Okay, it's the end of the summer now, and we're into the second week in September. I've come back down to Budleigh again, and the whole sole purpose of, with my big rods, beach fishing, to try and find over the next coming months something decent. What I mean by decent, a double figure fish. Now, I've had plenty of fish off this beach before. Loads of different types of species, but I've never had a double figure fish. I've had smooth hounds to 7-8 pounds. I've had specimen place to over 3 pounds. I've had flounder, again specimen size, over 2.5 pounds. What else? Wrasse to 4.5 pounds, and I've had bull huss as well, over 8 pounds. But I've never caught anything off this beach double figure. So what the plan is I'm going to spend now, between now and say end of January, coming down to this beach and just to specifically target something big. Well, hopefully we'll get that double figure fish on the camera for you off this beach off Budleigh. Well, the intention was to come down here and maybe get a place. Believe it or not, first cast was when I was talking just then on the camera. I looked round, had a slack line, and I've got a nice place. First cast. So that's what I said, Budleigh is just such an underrated beach, you know. What that was was some pop-ups there with a little bit of lugworm tied off with a little bit of squid. He's not a big one, and he's definitely going to go back, but great, getting a place first cast. Okay, I'm back down at Budleigh again to continue the quest for a decent sized fish, something over 10 pounds. Okay, first cast. Oh, I want dogfish, but right, there you go. It's on the sand hill. Second cast. Another dogfish. That time on the lugworm. Alright, third cast. Another dogfish, this time on the peeler crab. And I got blimps. There up. And I got a stone where they did off her. Where is it? First fishy cast at the moment. Next one is a bass, again on the lugworm. Only a small one, but hopefully something bigger will come along as it gets a bit darker. But haven't had a chance to have a cup of tea or sit down or anything yet. As soon as I chuck one out, it's fish straight onto it. But hey-ho. Well, I've been here an hour now. I've had a cast, full dogfish and one small bass. I'm knackered now, running up and down the beach, like I said. I've been here just an hour, so I'm going to put on some big baits, chuck them out as far as I can. Hopefully the dogfish won't get them straight away, so I can eat me steak pie and have a cup of tea. So, good to see the bass though, because I mean, when the weather's like this, a little bit choppy down here at Budleigh, the bass do come in. So hopefully something bigger will show up later on. Right, big baits, cup of tea, something to eat. Right, well, I was hoping there'd be a few bass around tonight. There's a nice one there. He's 51 centimetres, so it's quite heavy here, so it's good 3-4 pound maybe. I haven't got my scales. I haven't got my scales with me, so I ain't going to weigh him. But he's a he's a beauty there. I don't know if you can see him in this light, but cracking fish. But I need something twice the size, twice the size of that. But I'll take that bass any day. Like, you know, lovely fish. That was on the sand hill on an up and over rig. So I'll let him recover in the bucket for a minute, and then I'll put him back. Cracking fish. Well, it's now to high tide. After that bass, I had a small strapped conger, and I've just had this little pout in. So yeah, so fishing's been good. All the normal sort of species, your usual suspects that you catch down here off Budleigh, but nothing over £5 yet. Still, it's nice to be out and you know, I'm catching fish, but hey ho. Let's keep at it. Well, I was just sitting there baiting up, and my ratchet went, and managed to get a nice small little smooth hand. Again, he's about £4 or so, £5 something. Still, there's quite a few species off here off Budleigh, but tonight. But again, just keep at it, and so hopefully something big will come along. But nice to have a few different species. So that's it's 4 or 5 dogfish, a pouting, a strap, a couple of small bass, and a nice little smooth hand. So hopefully you can see this. I'll put my torch on. Not too sure what you can actually see here with just this, with the light on, like, but there we go. Nice little starry there. So again, that was on the frozen peeler crab. A couple of picks, and then I'll get input back. All right, back down at Budleigh again for my third session. Yeah, last 2 sessions haven't been too bad. Place on the first session, a couple of bass, and a smooth round on the next session at night time. I've come down here for the morning high tide, which is at 10:30. It's just gone 7:30 now, and I've got the beach to myself. As soon as I set up and cast off, I got some swimmers that just come and started to have a swim right next to me. I don't mind fishing at this beach, but the only trouble is it just gets too busy. Like during the day, it's impossible to fish down here. So it's either a couple of early hours in the morning, especially now because the sun's going to come out. It's going to be a nice day, especially after all the storms that we've had. But it's good, you know. I've got a couple of hours maybe of fishing here. The water is nice and flat and coloured. I haven't had a chance to go and dig any lugworm or get any. Well, I've got a few fresh peeler crabs, but I'm leaving them for the weekend. So I've got frozen peeler crabs, and I've got a bit of squid and a bit of sandhill. I've just chucked out there 2 small squid and sandhill baits on the size 1/0 circle hook, just to see if there's any bream or maybe a gurnard. Once I reel one in and the peeler crabs forward out a bit, what I do is I'll stick out a big peeler crab bait and just stick with the small bait on the olive rod. Fishing at daytime down there at Budleigh, you just got to be lucky, that's all. You might be able to pull something out, but generally it's night fishing down there at Budleigh. And the only thing is, I just get a bit fed up of going out at night time and fishing. You know, you can't see what's going on around you much, and it's just nice to get out during the day. Anyway, I've just cast these out now, so I'm just going to start sorting out my other rigs. Nothing special with the rigs, it's exactly the same. I've got these ones, I'll show you these later. There's a short up and over rig with a single hook on it, and I'm just going to use some pulley pennel with some bigger hooks. I haven't decided what yet, probably a 4/0 octopus hook or something with the crab, and just chuck it out. And when I cast, I don't really cast short or long, you know, I just chuck it out and as far as I possibly can. It seems to work for me down here at Budleigh. But hey ho, at least it's calm sea. It's not raining. this is the low in between. We just had a big storm. This is the low, and then over the weekend it's going to be wet and windy, so we'll see. But it's looking good for some bass for over the weekend. Anyway, let's get the other baits paired up, have a cup of tea, and sit back and just enjoy the sunshine for a bit. Well, when the sun comes up, you can see the view. It's lovely. Right, so rig, I just set up now with pulley panel ready to go out in a minute. On the business end, that's a 4-row Cox and Raw octopus hook, bit of frozen peeler crab and a little bit of squid just wrapped up. I've just got the single hook on there. The line itself it's all 70 pound, so I've got what about 2.5–3 foot there of 70 pound. Onto a breakaway imp, and then straight onto a 5.0 lead. I don't need anything bigger than the 5.0 today because the water's nice and calm, and it even though it's spring tide, it's not ripping through here. So if it was a bit choppier, then I'll go up to a 6. I've never needed to go up anything bigger than a 6 on Budleigh. From there, then I've got I like using these. These are the rubber beads. So I've got rubber bead, and then I've got a power crane swivel size 3, another rubber bead onto another size 3 power crane swivel, and then again the hook, the snood length is all 70 pound. Yeah, so everything's made out of 70 pounds. Sometimes on the upper over rigs I'll use a 40 pound for the snood if I'm just going to be using worm baits. I'll show you what I've made up on the other one when I bring it in. So once it's hooked up, it's yeah, about 2 foot or so. It's so it's nice and streamlined. That gets me a good distance, and obviously the swivel there, it just attaches to my my quick link on the end of my leader, which again is 70 pound. Because it's all sandy here, I don't. 70 pound is good enough for me. 5 ounce weight, power casting. Is good. Again, if I was to bigger baits, bit rougher, then I'll go up to 80 pound and make everything out of 80 pound. So this one's all ready to go, so I'll give it another 5 minutes or so, bring in the other bait, see what state it's in, and cast that one out. Right, well, I just wound in my first one, and first cast, a tiny little pout in. So I ain't blanked, and that's nowhere near going to be my double figure fish, but there you go. So that'd been good on the LRF gear, but hey, and that was just on the, don't know if he's going to survive actually, but that was on the peeler crab, sorry, the squid, and yeah, so he should be alright. I'll put him in the bucket and let him recover. Alright, this is the other rig that I'm using this morning, the up and over rig. So I've got a short length of 70 pound there. At business end, then I've got where the weight goes, breakaway imp, which is attached to a swivel. And then I've got the bent clip, rolls down to a bead, to another swivel. So it's like on a running ledger. That's I said 70 pound, didn't I? And then I've got the snood length. Today it's 20 pounds, so it can float around a bit more. A size 1 semi-set. It's not a full circle hooks, so half a circle hook. I think, yeah, 1/0, sorry. And then a bit of squid and a small bit of sand eel. Got a little bit of tubing so it stands out when it's on the bottom. So I clip up and clip in. So it's an up and over it, so it's all nice, you know, just over a foot long, all nice and streamlined. And then once that hits the bottom, off that comes, and then I've got a nice long trace end floating around, and obviously the little bit of tubing helps it to stick away from the weight itself. So that's floating around on the bottom itself, so hopefully it attracts a few more fish. Anyway, so that one's done, so I'll get that ready to go out. So yeah, still got the beach to myself at the moment. I've just had a canoeist go out over that way, off fishing, so he looks like he's heading over to the reef. Keep fingers crossed, and hopefully something else will come out. I don't know. Oh, that small fountain, yeah, so I've got to go and put that small fountain back. Well, I've been fishing for just over an hour now. The sun's come up, it's lovely and warm. It's been again a fishy cast. Start off with that small little pouting, and then it's just been a dogfish every cast. So I've had a dogfish on the peeler crab, and on the squid, and sandhill wrap. I don't know how much longer I'm going to stick it out. There's a chap over there fishing next to me, and there's another chap down there fishing for mackerel. The time that sun comes round and gets inside my tent, it's just going to be so hot. I ain't going to be able to see, but I might stick it out for another hour. Just enjoying it. Got the morning off just to sit here and have a nice cup of tea and sit and watch people go by on the beach as they're walking past, and I'm doing a bit of fishing. I'm not too sure the next time I'm going to come down here. After I've done a few sessions down here, then I just get a bit bored with this place, especially if it's just pouting and dogfish all the time. So I like to mix things up. So I might head over to the reefs and try for some wrasse and bull huss, or back down into the estuary, because it's that time of year to start thinking about flounder again. Anyway, if I don't catch anything decent, that's going to be it for this video. So yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching and for all your comments. But until next time, I'll see you later. Cheers.